It's hard to imagine anything more chaotic than New York City. But just wait till you get to NYU.
Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
I'm a graduate student. I just came from a small liberal arts university. We only had about 2,000 students there, so it was a very different experience.
Usually finding a seat is a challenge. I tend to go between buildings because Bobst may not have any seats available.
I'm a student at NYU and I have to go to the Cantor Film Center for class, and the line is really long. It can be a block long and you have to get there super early to wait in it, and it makes me not look forward to class.
My first day of class, I showed up to the Silver Center 5 minutes early. I ended up spending 10 minutes waiting in line for the elevator, and I got to my class 5 minutes late on the 10th floor of Silver because of the long line for the elevator.
In urban design, we have a term called third spaces, which refers to somewhere that isn't your home and isn't your work, but you can exist usually for free. NYU really doesn't have as many compared to most other universities.
There was never a crowding issue. Resources were always abundant. There was never a wait to find space, room in the library to study. The situation trying to get into Bobst Library from the street is just absurd. The number of people who pack in front of the library, primarily because of the food trucks that, get so much business from lining up there, as well as the backing up at the entrance because they have to put ropes in front of everything and have security guards instead of just everybody walking through. And then also the swinging door shit, they should just make big, wide, swinging open doors so people can get in easily. But there's clearly all these design issues are so inconducive to shuttling the large number of NYU students that want to go in and out of the library.
When there's so many people, it makes me feel like NYU doesn't really care about the students and they just want as much money as they can get, so they're shoving all these people in these really small buildings, put them in these classrooms that are way too small for the class sizes.
After hearing all this, I decided to reach out to the administration. I found several campus officials I thought might have something to say. I reached out with some concerns, telling them that I believed there was a perception of overcrowding amongst the student body. After a few follow-up emails, it seemed hopeful, and I got a response back. They told me they could not accommodate a recorded interview, but could answer questions if I sent some over. After sending over a list, and a few more follow-up clarification emails, I was eventually ghosted. So I asked some friends what they thought about this.
So NYU not responding to any inquiries or concerns about crowding makes it seem like they're not a transparent organization. It makes me feel undervalued as a student, that I don't really have much of a voice when it comes to policy decisions. And it also makes me feel like they're really not doing anything to address the problem of crowding, which makes me concerned that it'll only just get worse.
I was very disappointed by the school's lack of a response. I think transparency is very important given how much money people pay to be here. It's unfortunate.
I remember seeing the mock-ups for the new Paulson building and a bunch of open spaces for students to hang out in. I've never once seen students being able to access those spaces.
If I was in charge of dealing with the overcrowding issue at NYU, I would first make it so that the elevators don't go to the first 4 floors in each building. I would also get rid of all the food trucks outside of Most, because those are a huge problem. And I would also make the entrances to the buildings, such as the library, more efficient so that more people can get through in a shorter period of time.
To fix the problem, I would make crowd management and security much more efficient, and I would also open up closed-off spaces for students.
If I could do anything to fix it, I would probably make class sizes a little bit smaller. I would make the lines more structured, and I would also make the doors easier to enter.
Through this, I've come to realize that students, including myself, want transparency from the university. I was originally curious about crowding on campus, and I still am, but now I'm concerned about the university's lack of responsiveness. I think there are many ideas out there which could help the school with this perception. But now the question remains, will the university be receptive to them? Will they be willing to put them into action? And will they be clear with students about their academic and campus experience? Then maybe we can solve these issues.